Hey, what's going on? This is Muriel from the Sunshine Family. And if you are a Costa Rica expat or Costa Rica expat wannabe, and you're thinking about building a home in Costa Rica, please watch my video, because I am very worried about what I see around me. And I will share exactly what I'm seeing, and the intention of my video is to create awareness about how to do things and how to not do things. But before I'm gonna dive in, hi, my name is Muriel, for those who never met me before, and I make Costa Rica videos since I moved myself as a Costa Rica expat from the Netherlands in 2018 with my husband and 2 growing up kids. I love that move. I never regretted one day. I also love Costa Rica a lot, and everything that I have learned and experienced myself is what I create content about, basically thanks to the many questions people ask me over time. And if you would like to receive notifications every time I upload new content, always Costa Rica related, then just feel welcome and consider to subscribe to my channel by using that little icon you see on the screen and tapping the bell to receive a notification. For those who wonder what is it that you do in Costa Rica, well, I basically closed my laptop in the Netherlands and opened it in Costa Rica. I run a 100% online business already since 2014, full-time, basically meaning that I could replace my job, and we replaced Dirk's restaurant income. He owned restaurants and I had a job. That was in 2015-16, and since then, my vision grew from making money online myself for my family to helping others around the world. And I am a coach. I teach people from all around the world, together with my husband, on how to build an online business, how to build more freedom, how to create a mobile business that can run from a laptop. Basically, you can also call me a digital nomad, and I teach people how to become a digital nomad. Well, but that's not the topic for today. Today, I'm gonna express my worries for Costa Rica, because this is what I see from an expat perspective myself, right? So if you think about building a home in Costa Rica, please watch my full video, because I have been building a home in Costa Rica. It's right there on my property. It's a casita, and but here's the thing. So when I moved to Costa Rica as a Costa Rica expat, right? Basically, that's the name they gave me. I just feel Muriel, and I don't feel different whatsoever. I respect the Tika culture, etc., etc., etc. What I see happen since I came here, close to Santa Teresa, is that the expats coming here are outgrowing Santa Teresa. That's not just happening here in Santa Teresa. Basically, so many people, new expats in Costa Rica, are building a home in Costa Rica, in Santa Teresa. Please reply below if you recognize this in your own area in Costa Rica. But guess what you need to do before you can build a home, Costa Rica? You have to take away stuff. Often you have to take down 1 or 2 or more trees, vegetation. You need to clean the area in order to build something. That's normal. Now, don't think that I'm gonna point fingers or just gonna address putting blame on people, but I just want to create awareness to build a home in Costa Rica mindful. What do I mean with that? I mean with that, if you take away something from Costa Rica, something that lives like trees and vegetation, I think that we can all work together as an expat community in Costa Rica to give something back. So plant something else or contribute to wildlife centers, to preservation projects, to, we have a bunch of them here around, but in any area in Costa Rica there's something. And if there's not something, you can set something up, or there's homeless shelters. There's so many things, and I'm planning on making videos of several projects that's happening around me here. But what I see is that there's people becoming an expat in Costa Rica, and they think about investing their money or to create a new life. It's the same what I did. Everyone comes here for a reason, to leave a world behind or a life behind, to start a new life, and I respect everyone's reason. What I don't respect is that the nature is totally violated in some situations. Not all, not all. For example, in Santa Teresa, Costa Rica, there are people totally destroying the natural flow of nature, like they're cutting off mountains, pressing dirt in the valley between two mountains, harden the soil, and that's soil that is for sale, and people are building a house on there. That's not natural soil. But with those actions, the flow of rivers is disturbed, nature is disturbed. I was this morning training in Santa Teresa because that's where I work out early morning these days, and there is a big property right across the gym, and it's empty. No one was building there, but now I see that there is big trucks driving back and forth to make space, probably for construction. And I just hold my heart because there's a lot of monkeys living in those trees, and by every tree that will be taken down, animals will lose their home. Now, I'm not a saint. I have my own property, 180 mango trees, but we chose a space that we just had to take away one tree to build that house, right? And we planted a couple of new trees on other spots. So we take something out and we put something back. That's the idea that I want to bring up. Are you aware of that every expat in Costa Rica is leaving their footprint? And that's not my own words. I learned that from someone who came here about 35 years ago, or perhaps even longer, and she owned a big property, beach property, yoga property in Santa Teresa, which she recently sold, but she's also building a new home again. Basically, to get to the point, don't build a home in Costa Rica just for yourself without overthinking what you're taking away to build that home. Costa Rica will not be your ideal Costa Rica anymore if everyone only thinks about themselves. Don't take me wrong, I have a benefit to live here as well, and yes, I also do leave my footprint. What do I mean with I leave my footprint? Well, I think we all as expats leave a positive footprint because we buy in shops, we contribute to the Tico community and economy by buying things here. So I buy my stuff in Tico shops, right? That means that I spend my money so others can benefit from that. But also I produce garbage, right? So if I only use plastic bags when I go shopping, I leave a big footprint in plastic if I'm not mindful and bring my own box or cotton bag or something. And what about construction, noise? Just think about this, some tips. If you're building a home in Costa Rica, how big do you want your home to be, and how big does it really need to be? Are you aware of, if you only think about yourself and you don't have to pay attention to budget whatsoever, you can also choose to build it environment friendly, right? Just think about it, that as expats in Costa Rica, but this is also for locals, this is basically for everyone, so don't take me wrong. If we are all mindful and give back to Costa Rica, I think there will be less harm, although a lot of new people are coming to Costa Rica, and I know I'm one of the information bringers, helping and motivating people to come and live in Costa Rica. But that's why I feel so responsible to make this video, to teach you something that I strive to live by myself. When you take something away, give something back. Just some examples like, Muriel, what are you giving back? Well, of course, I just bring my own shopping bag to the supermarket. That's just a little thing. But I also always donate to rescue centers, wildlife centers and stuff. And I recently was chatting with a friend who helped set up the Wild Sun Rescue Center in Cabuya, because we were chatting about building and her husband, boyfriend, fiance is a constructor, and she knows that because she was part of the setting up of the rescue center, that such a small amount of people are mindful. And she asked me, Muriel, can't you just use your exposure to help people become more mindful about when they are building, to make a more balanced construction in Costa Rica that is not harmful, but just in balance with the wildlife and with the nature. So take as less as possible trees away. You know, adjust your plans. If you want to live in a luxury home in Costa Rica and you want to live in a big house, cool. Who am I to say you're not allowed to? There's no law to say if you have the money and you have the construction team. No one is there to stop you, but that's the point. What I see is that the municipalities are not, they don't have a set of laws and rules protecting, it sounds really ridiculous, but it's what I see in Santa Teresa. Somehow the whole area has been able to be stripped off, and constructions are just raising up like mushrooms, and big mansions are about to be built, taking away a lot of homes for animals. And isn't that why we come here, to live in nature? I think if we all come here as expats in Costa Rica, we should be mindful about how we can contribute. I think it's our responsibility, and I believe it's my responsibility as vlogger or someone who has views on her YouTube channel to just talk to you and just ask you, if you're building a home in Costa Rica, do you really need 6 bedrooms while you're just with 2 or 3 people? Like, would it save some trees by making your home a little bit smaller and just live in outdoor space? Like, again, who am I to say what you should do or not? But I'm just thinking out loud, and I'm looking forward hearing your opinion about this, thoughts, projects. Let's share ideas about how we can all contribute as human beings, not just as Costa Rica expat, just as people living in Costa Rica. And there are so many nationalities living in Costa Rica. I think we should freakingly stick together, right, to preserve Costa Rica. Just think, how about this? You can be consumption driven and money driven and buy a property and build homes because you want to desperately and urgently make a lot of money, or just make money to live. But how about also work and think and operate preservation driven, because you come here and that makes it your shared responsibility with all the others to help preserve Costa Rica as good as possible. Because one fact we cannot change, you know, we are, how do you say, multiplying. Humans are multiplying so rapidly, not just in Costa Rica, but even in the Netherlands, where I come from, a tiny country. So many more people living here now after I moved. So that's the thing that is, we don't control that, but we do control how mindful we are when we are building a home in Costa Rica as Costa Rica expat. Please consider to leave that tree if you want to build a home, and just plant your home a little bit on a different place if that can save a huge tree. That is the home for a lot of howlers or sloths or whatsoever. It's a big problem. So because a lot of animals get in trouble because of humans building homes. And I don't see a lot of people making videos about it. So I'm really grateful for my friend who created awareness, Muriel. Please share this with your viewers to make people aware that we are kind of destroying this area. And I can just talk about Santa Teresa, but I think Santa Teresa is exploding. It's too much. The infrastructure cannot handle it. If you see the traffic every morning that I see when I drive back home from the gym in Santa Teresa to my home at the countryside. It's 10 minutes outside of Santa Teresa. The roads are not made for the big trucks transporting all the stones and the construction material that needs to be transported to the location where the homes are built. So the infrastructure is behind, okay? I'm just saying, it's an observation. A lot of accidents are happening because of the more trucks. Now, again, I'm not saying stop building a home in Costa Rica, because I did it myself. But be aware, be mindful, give back, donate to good courses, good places here. And yeah, more about that. I made another video, for example, and it's an old video, and it was a very in-between video because I didn't prepare it and I didn't want to disturb the doctors who are working with the monkey. But I made this video. I will make a pop-up how we saved the howler monkey. But we brought the howler monkey. It was by itself abandoned by his family on our property. And we brought the howler monkey to Wild Sun Rescue Center in Kabuya, of course with a donation to kind of pay for the treatment. But there we saw, to our astonishment, with our own eyes, all the animals that were brought in, often as a result of humans, like human construction, human electricity wires. Animals fall from trees, out of trees, because there's a lot of movement in their living area, isolated. Animals cannot reach their trees anymore because the bridge tree has been taken away. Look around you, please, before you start building your home. It's all highways for monkeys and sloths and birds nesting and stuff. So with that being said, that was my video for today. I appreciate your input, your help, your beautiful ideas where to donate. Like, share the names of the rescue centers you love in your area, or just share ideas, because I'm planning to put more attention to this in my channel. You know, I made a lot of videos about how to build a home and everything I've learned, but I think it's my time to use my exposure to the world to make people more aware of that we can help as a collective, as a Costa Rica expat, that we are responsible to help preserve Costa Rica. Just let me know how that sounds for you. But again, I'm not just speaking to expats, I'm also speaking to locals, because there's also locals, Chicos, who are coming from San Jose, building their homes here, not creating a septic tank and polluting the soil. You know, we are all guilty. It's time to wake up, because before you know it, it's destroyed. And that's not what we want, because we all want to live happily and healthy in Costa Rica, right? If that is what brought you to my channel. Well, with that being said, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate your input, and looking forward to seeing you in my next video. But before I'm gonna say definitely goodbye, only for those who are really open and interested to learn what I teach on how to build a business online, because that's what's stopping you, your financial situation, or you don't have a mobile income. Be curious. There's a world of information in the description below, book tips and other stuff. Just check it out, and see you soon. Bye for now.